number 72, Jasmine Phillip, and this is Blake returning to the arena, this gray thoroughbred gelding owned by Otterbein. And you can see she's preparing for her test, schooling that movement. Now that she's in the arena, she wants to practice those 10-meter turns. Jasmine knows it's very important to be accurate for those. And again, a canter transition, she's making sure that she's able to school those tricky movements so she can feel really well prepared as she gets ready to head down center line. Just waiting on her judge's cue here, taking these last few moments to warm up. And practicing her stretching trot. Again, really tricky movement. Jasmine is doing a nice job making sure she's well prepared for her test. Again, these riders don't have very long to get to know these horses. It's not a lot of time to warm up a strange horse, so they want to make the most of every second. But we've just heard our whistle. Our judge is prepared for Jasmine to start her test, and she's picking Blake up, about to head down the center line. Number 72, Jasmine Phillip, riding Blake, representing Belmore Equestrian, here from Washington today. Nice halt there. You could see that left hind foot. He didn't quite want to put the foot down. He was kind of cocking the foot, but she kept him nice and still. That will be to her favor. Right away, this test gets right into it. They go right onto a half circle left here, and it's just a 10-meter half circle, so they don't want to go past center line. The short arena is 20 meters across, so you're too big in that loop, and it can count against you. And again, this test is a bit harder. Go right into these 10-meter turns. And again, a really, really good job by Jasmine, not letting the horse go past the center line on those 10-meter turns. That's a common mistake you'll see, is that riders will overshoot the turn, not be quite prepared for how small it feels. Right into this stretching trot. Again, this test, these movements come up really fast. These riders have to stay thinking. They've memorized these tests in advance, but you have to be quick to not only remember where you're going, but be aware of what's going on underneath you and keep these horses put together. It takes a lot of preparation. These riders have been working really, really hard to prepare for this competition, and it's really, really paying off for all of them. So another short diagonal for the free walk. Only half the length of the arena, and she's showing a nice stretch in Blake's neck here. Good ground coverage in this walk. You can see her just quietly playing with the bit there, asking him to maintain that stretch, which he does, and she puts him together nicely, shortens that frame up, and puts the horse on the connection. And again, you don't want the horses to anticipate this transition. She's doing a good job staying really patient here, and she was right on the letter for her upward transition. A lovely, well-balanced canter transition there. Well done, Jasmine. You can see down that long side, these riders have to show a lengthening of the stride and canter. They have to go on and show that they can make that step longer and then bring the horse back in the corner. Jasmine showed a good transition there. Very bold in the transition, and it paid off for her. Another well-ridden, very accurate transition. Jasmine is doing a great job being right on her letters, and again, she really went for it in that lengthening, wanting to make sure that her judge knows that she is trying to get every point she can here. A well-balanced 15-meter circle. Now as she goes across this diagonal, wanting to show a little bit of lengthening in the trot. Again, this first level test is a bit more difficult than our last test. Our riders have to show these smaller movements, these smaller circles and turns, and they have to show the ability of, being able to lengthen the stride and bring the horses back. Be able to show some transitions within the gait, which can be quite tricky, especially on a horse you don't know. Well done. A nice halt and salute there, and a pat for Blake from number 72, Jasmine Phillip, representing Belmore Equestrian. Again, nice pat for Blake, appreciating his efforts.
And don't forget the